Hello and welcome to Eagle Talk. I'm your host Jordan Boyd, and today we have with us Sarah Webb and Morghan Roselle. How's it going?
It's okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
We're doing swell. It's fine summer.
Yeah, just getting ready for the fall time and got a lot of things brewing.
Okay, so you guys are here to talk about your time at Eastern and to expand upon the digital media production that's here at Eastern and your experience in that field in general.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, what are your current major, minor orientation?
So, I'm Sarah, and my current major is digital media production, and then I minor in entertainment design and technology. Right now, I'm focusing in producing in my digital media major, and then in my minor, I've just been focusing on designing and just getting a designer's mindset because I just started taking classes in that, so I'm just learning.
Okay, and Morgan?
Yes, hi, my name is Morghan Roselle. I am a digital media major, and I just recently changed to management minor, which is literally no difference because I used to be a marketing minor, but anyways. My focus in digital media is directing / photography, videography, and with my minor, I guess like it helps me with like the director role because I kind of like to be working in a team and whatnot. So yeah,
Me
pretty
too.
much.
Okay. And so, you guys, what year are you guys on for college so far?
We're both going into junior year.
Junior?
Yeah.
Okay. And so far with your time being here, what have you guys experienced as far as in the digital media process?
Good or bad?
Good or bad? Would you recommend,
Anything?
just off the rip, would you recommend Eastern's digital media program?
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the reason I came to Eastern is because I knew the price compared to like other four-year universities, and I saw that we had this program, and it just, you don't really get to like have like I feel like digital media is a lot more broad than just being like a film major or like a journalism major just specifically, and I feel like with digital media we can find our place within it a little bit easier than having like more boundaries. And before going into Eastern, I didn't realize the amount of freedom we would have in our major. But before going here, I would recommend, just if you like don't see yourself wanting to pay a bunch of money for school, or I mean not like a bunch, like compared to other schools, it's still a lot of money obviously because it's college, but like compared to like like UCLA, it's gonna be significantly less. But that's why I recommend it, because you like after 2 years of going here, you do have a crazy amount of freedom, although it's not the best education, I would say, just because of our our resources and our money. Man, like our school's money, like we don't pay a lot of money. You see that in turn with our program specifically, because we don't get funding, which I will say loud and proud.
Yeah, and let me. I second that so much because while I actually did also come to Eastern because of like the affordability.
Yeah.
Because like honestly, as an independent student, like you gotta pick your battles. But choosing digital media, like I've always wanted to do production stuff, video stuff, because I was always interested in that. And there is like, I mean, honestly, I feel like to come here just for the education is not really a lot, but to come here and like experience, because I think like if you don't teach yourself or if you don't apply yourself, then it's not worth it. Being in this major. So definitely like teach yourself before you come here. And also there's like opportunities, whether it's like you work on campus, you work at a student org, you join a student org, or or you like work like locally or in the community type of thing.
Okay, so you're kind of pointing in the direction of you make what's best of it and kind of putting it together for yourself.
Yeah, because I mean I mean, this is just like typical for like most schools. Like some departments are like they don't really fund well, so you might as well just like do what you can in order to like make it worth it. Which is why like student orgs like VMU, videographers at EMU, and now with ETV that Sarah's running right now, like they are probably the only student orgs that like focus on helping students to make it worthwhile
In our program.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what about the discussion between coming to college for this field versus just staying at home and practicing yourself versus taking an online course?
So someone like me who does not have, like, honestly, those resources to do that. Like, I don't have a camera. I didn't have any prior knowledge because I just honestly didn't know where to start. And I just knew that I liked media. So I would say, like, if you don't know what you want to do within the field, then definitely go to college. But, like, say, like, Morgan likes videography. Like, if you knew you liked videography, like, you can definitely learn it and not have to go to college.
Okay.
But I didn't know what I wanted to do before here, and now I have some sort of path because I also have that freedom to make those decisions because after COVID, we didn't really have a program, and just, like, touching on what Morgan said about the student orgs, like, we really have brought that back to life in our program, and I see it changing within the years, but, like, again, you don't need to go to college to learn these things, but I definitely think it helps, especially if you're, like, in my position.
Yeah, no, I agree everything you
Yeah.
just said. Nothing to add though. But
Nothing
totally,
to add?
totally, totally.
Okay. And so for your direction, your end goal is what do you guys particularly want to do when you get into the field?
So with me, like, I've been like really in touch with like directing because thanks to Professor Gilkinson's TV lab class, like that really got me out of my shell being a director because I mean honestly when you step in it's like kind of overwhelming. I mean literally anything can just go fucking wrong like in a second. So like being a director and like learning that position, like that's where I want to go, like being a creative director, managing a team, kind of being like in the creative process and like making stuff, like just being kind of someone in the forefront or leading a team. That's kind of like my field, my path right now.
Okay. And for you, Sam?
The question was just what we want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. I have interest, but I'm just also learning so much as I keep going about things that I've like never heard about too. Especially with my minor, entertainment design and technology, it opens up a whole nother door into behind the scenes crew work that I never thought that I would be interested in. Morgan's doing EFA next semester, Eagles Filmmakers Association, and I might be designing some costume and makeup. I designed makeup for a VMU short film that we did, and you know, like I never would have had that opportunity in digital media. So learning both of them, I don't know how I want to combine the both in a way that works. So I do like producing a lot because that's what I'm doing the most of. I just like being a part of a collaborative area, a collaborative space, and just learning things all around. And I like a changing environment. So I just think that's why producing, or just being like a higher, not like a leader basically, just like a leader. I don't like being like above people, but like I think someone needs to be just to have uniform. And I'm usually just like that type of person who's gonna like, I think we both are that type of person who's just gonna like do it and just like put ourselves out there the most. So that's just, I want to carry that on throughout my entire career and just find my place in any place I go to, honestly, just as long as it's creative.
Okay. So you guys have leadership positions in this community and the social circle that you guys are in. What got you into those kind of positions? Because for you, you made mention of how Professor Gibson helped bring that director and that lead role model out of you. Can you guys elaborate on that process?
Yeah, so again with like Professor Gilkinson's class, it's like me being like the director role, like I didn't know what to do. Like when I first started taking the TV lab class, I was just like, yeah, like this is the only class I need. Like I need this for my major. Yeah, I need it for a credit, right? Yeah. But like when she kind of put us in groups and like us doing like rotations, like you kind of find something that you like TD, technical directing, which is like literally pushing buttons, or being a prompter, being a talent, being a camera person, being a director, like just kind of like, I kind of like to say that it's kind of like being a composer, like waving your wand and stuff. Like that was like just fun to me, and like especially with being like a really, really nice team that like, you know, gets you, and like, you know, we get into that rhythm and you practice a lot. Like that's what I really appreciate, and that's what got me into like wanting this leadership role, because from that experience, like now actually outside of like the DMP program, I'm like with the Digital Summer Clinic, Like I'm becoming like a field manager. Like that confidence is like what transitions me to like other jobs like outside of the community. So definitely like just like reaching out of your shell, definitely being with like a really good community just like kind of brings you out, and that's why I love having a leadership role.
Okay.
What was the specific question? I just love listening to Morgan. I'm like, wow.
Stop.
I just want to make sure I'm answering it.
What transitioned you, unless you originally started with that ability or that want to be in that leadership role, or what helped inspired you to that leadership?
Okay. I actually started at Eastern as a media studies and journalism major, and I didn't know my minor was electronic film media and studies, so basically like digital media minor. And my best advice is just take classes and get exposed to things, and that's the best way that you'll find your part in that leadership as well. I took a journalism class and I realized I don't like writing. I don't like journalism. I don't like that aspect of it. And like, you can't pick and choose always what you want to do in a field too. So I think like taking those classes and getting a feel for those things really helps you find that leadership, like I said. And then I took a TV lab class and I was like, whoa, I like this a lot more than I like journalism. And that class is what made me spark into digital media. And then having Professor G's TV lab class, which has reinstated TV, pretty much a lot of things in our program was from Professor G having these classes. Taking classes, basically the root of this is, and then you'll just find what you like within that. TV Lab definitely helped us because that was our foundation of the TV show that Morgan and I do together, where you get to learn those, you get to pick what you want to do a little bit more and focus on that. But in like TV direction and production, you have to do everything. And taking those like intro level classes is really what inspired my leadership.
Word, yeah.
And what is your guys' process, whether it's mentally, physically, of getting content done? So if you guys, you do photo shoots or you do like for the Keeping It E, what is the kind of steps you have to take throughout the week to get ready to get that content to air?
I can go first if you like.
It's like more than a week.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's a never-ending process.
It's just like a roller coaster. Yeah. It starts off like, yeah,
we're super excited.
We got this idea, it's sick. And then like
do it.
After that week, it's like, where the fuck is everything? Like when is
where
this
do we
gonna
go?
be done?
Where do we go?
And then it's like rehearsal and then like the actual shooting. Yeah.
Just trial and error.
Yeah.
A lot of it's trial and error. I mean, we don't have seniors or juniors when we were freshmen and sophomores to lead us through any of this. Like, we were the older kids, and us being juniors, we're still the older kids, and people are actually starting to look up to us now. And I feel like if we kind of did have, like, more guidance, it would have definitely helped us find a plan a little bit better, but we're honestly figuring it out all together.
We are, and, like, honestly... Yeah, like, cause like Sarah and I mean, I would honestly believe that we kind of lead the whole production. I mean, for Keeping It E, like
for television specifically.
Yeah, for television specifically, we do lead that, and like I think it's just mostly the process of like doing all this stuff is kind of like trying to collaborate as much as possible because we do want everyone to like get a chance to learn, to experience, to get hands-on experience, and just like. Once we know who wants to be part of it, we kind of like delegate tasks, and then we just kind of like group in together. That's pretty much like how it works. And then just like, I mean, rehearsal is basically mostly mentally and physically challenging sometimes, but we do learn from that though.
We do. Because
it did get easier after like the first episode, so yeah.
Basically we started from blank. We had no idea. And our first step was just finding committed people. And once you find those people, it makes the job a lot more easier and a lot more fun.
Okay. So with the people you're talking about, the social circle. So how does finding the social circle work for you guys?
I struggled personally. I had 0 friends my whole first year. It's also just joining things. We had nothing to join other than VMU, which I didn't join because I wasn't, we didn't have a lot of people in it. It wasn't popping like as much as it should have been, and it is now. But just joining things definitely helped me a lot. Like, I recently just got friends this past semester by being a part of Keeping It E and going to class and talk to people in class. I promise. Talk to people in your fellow classes. I promise they're cool and you'll learn so much from each other. Just don't be shy. After COVID, everybody got shy, so just putting yourself out there is the best way to like find that social circle.
Yeah, and like piggyback off of that, like I feel like finding like committed people basically for like the stuff that we do, it's always beneficial for everybody, because like not only are you like creating something that's like, you know, it's helping everyone, it's trying to help everyone, but you're also like you know, you're making connections, you're you know, you're making a lot of stuff together, it's a team bonding thing, and it's just really not only a learning experience, but just like a really good way to like just like build stuff and make like college memories. Because definitely I would say ever since freshman year, compared to now, like I've made more friends within my community because they're the same people that I literally work with on production stuff or schoolwork. And pretty much, yeah, it's just like a win-win for everybody when you like click with other people.
I do want to piggyback off that and just mention building that confidence is also really important. Just showing up and making those connections with people builds that confidence for you to want to like do more things.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Perfect way to say it, yeah.
Okay. And so you guys been able to expand at your time at Eastern. Where do you guys see that going into the future? Do you guys plan to, like, you guys talked about what you guys want to do in general, like the career path you want to take, but what is the the outcome? Like, when you retire, do you kind of want to be a teacher? Do you guys want to, like, is there some kind of, like, niche?
I don't even know what I want to do after college. I know I love to educate, though, and I think Morgan could probably say the same. Like, I definitely could see us, like, being, like, little professors or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is our end goal, but I definitely think, me personally, I do always want to educate, so.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, when, I guess, like, after my prime time,
Right.
doing my own little thing, having, like, a big girl job, or, like, settling down and stuff, like.
Retirement.
I guess, yeah, like, when I'm retired or, like, in my 40s or 45, I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll just, like, quit what I do and then be like, hey, I'll just be a professor, kind of like Keith Dameron style.
Right. I feel you. I would do the same thing. Just. It's also going to be evolving our entire lives, and I think it's just beautiful. Like, I love learning from my older professors just to, like, see, especially Professor Dagnan. I don't know if you guys have ever had her, but she just has a lot of, you just get to see how, like, it develops over the years, and I think, like, us spreading, like, our little wisdom onto the new generation is just, like, something that we can leave here.
Yeah, not only like touching base like on Eastern, like we'll
like,
always come back here. I mean, this will always kind of be like our home, not to be cliche or whatever.
No,
but like I think definitely like
we're gonna keep it
No, but I'm just saying, like, you know, not only will we touch like, you know, kind of like what we do here in Ipsy, but like wherever we go, like I guess like we'll just like sprinkle our own little thing, you know, educate others, make another community that's, you know, kind of inspired by like what we do here. That's kind of like our goal as like producers, creators in this field.
Okay, so that's, you know, way out to the future. And,
for sure.
Yeah.
But so let's bring it back to the present. Let's talk about more about the orgs and clubs that are on campus. So you guys are a part of which types of clubs?
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll start with what I'm in charge of. So I don't like to say like I'm in charge of Keeping It E, but I did like create the show. We had TV Lab with Miss G, Shanna Gilkson, last semester. Our first semester. Oh my god! Wow, we're already done. So 2 semesters ago. Holy crap! We had TV Lab, and then she was like, "Somebody take over this show," and I was like, maybe I'll do it. She said, "You're gonna do it? Okay, you're doing it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So now I have this TV show, and I was like, I need help. So I got my bestie over here, Morgan, and she's my right hand. Like I feel like we're each other's right hands. And the TV show, like I'm the left hand, she's the right hand, and there's the body's the TV show. And we do that, which has been a process, and it's been a great process. It's just a lot of learning, a lot of experimenting, and that's been super fun, and we are always looking for people and just want to have a good time. We are also reinstating, or did reinstate, ETV, which is our television channel that will display our television shows. I'm also co-producing eWeekly, our news, which we brought back in TV Lab last semester. We've done 2 semesters of TV Lab. One was what was Keeping E used to be? EMAG.
It was EMAG.
EMAG.
Yeah.
That's what Keeping E used to be. And then we brought back ETV. So now we have 2 TV shows running, and so we were like, we need a student hub. Somewhere students can go just to be able to find all these resources. That's why I created ETV, because we had nothing. We have no place for us to just have together, you know? And so I was like, we need something. And Miss G used to be the president of ETV. I think she created it, actually.
Yeah, I think she did.
She was a
did
big
mention
part of it
Yeah.
back in the day. And thank God we have her as our mentor, because there's a lot of great things that are going to come without that. And we need money, so that's why I also created ETV, because we have nothing. We literally are pulling the shit out of our assholes. So sorry, excuse my language, but I'm just fed up with not getting any help. We get $0.
It's
Miss
so
G has to
funny.
buy a chair for Weekly to have a third
God
chair
bless
out of
her
her
soul,
own
bro.
pocket. There's
No,
just
yeah. God
there's-
bless her soul.
we don't have anything. We don't even have a freaking space to put our stuff when there's literally empty
Yeah.
pieces of campus all around us, and they won't even give us a room to keep anything.
Yeah, like
So
we got a little cabinet.
yeah, like
Yeah.
we're not even supposed to use that.
Oh,
No,
oh, shit, okay.
we're not. I do though, so.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's just like a little dibble dabble of what we've been working on. Like I have been working on. So yeah, tune in, Morgan.
So yeah, like right off the bat, I would like to probably give a shout out to VMU,
Yeah.
because that's what I mentioned before. That club is going to be run by Luke Swanson, who, shout out to him.
It already is running.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. He's gonna be.
We have a lot of
president.
stuff. Go
Yeah,
check it out.
my bad. Let me rephrase that. So he is running it again as president.
Yes.
Basically picked that off. VMU. My role basically, I kind of was just like helping, sort of like a vice president. But basically, like we are a hub for people who want to make like short videos, whether it's like short narratives, promotional videos, ads type of thing. We like to do like graphic stuff too. Basically just like something that, business videography or like any type of videography would do. We're just kind of like that little special hub. And then, I'm also vice president of ETV, and I'm helping Sarah with Keeping E. Probably will also help with like eWeekly, since that's going to be coming back as an independent production. And
Sorry.
damn,
Sorry.
a little jumpy now. And now, coming in the fall, there will be Eagles Filmmakers Association, which is the club that I will be running. I think it used to be a running club by Professor Matthew Hansen was the advisor for that, but it died down, obviously, thanks to COVID. But yeah, we're reinstating that back, and basically I want that to be the place for like longer productions where like, someone can like, take the initiative to create something that's like a longer feature, so they can like actually submit that to film festivals to like get the recognition, to I don't know, fundraise off of, get that experience of like working a larger production for a longer short film and video. I hope that makes sense.
is usually like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Keeping It Easy is a television show, so I'm really excited to have that longer feature.
Yeah, and we'll be coming back. We're ready to have like a production, kind of a short film that's gonna be lining up, kind of written by me. Still in the
Kind of.
It
is written by
I'm just, I don't know, it's just like so fucking weird, bro. It's just
It's
like
cool.
writing some. Yeah, but so like basically, yeah, like I'm a little bit anxious about it, but obviously with EFA, it's like that's something I want to like help people like kind of get out their shell, kind of like what Professor G did with me with a TV lab. I kind of want to do the same thing with EFA, so like people can get out of their shell and like create something, whatever they choose. to like submit stuff and get recognition. And yeah.
Another big thing we like to do is like helping people build their resume.
Yeah.
I feel like we should touch on that a
So,
little
yeah,
bit.
all
Like we
clubs.
really just all our clubs. We just wanted to, like I've said, like we had literally nothing except VMU beforehand, and we really just want people to be able to put something on their name and have their name on something. And I'm really glad that our film people finally have something to do and put their names on and experiment with those positions as well, because I know we don't learn that in our classes. We took television production. We don't have like a film production class. So when we were like, I was assistant director for one of VMU's productions, and I honestly had no clue how to assistant direct for film because it's a lot different than it is for TV. And I'm very excited and grateful that Morghan has taken this responsibility because a feature length that's not easy, especially like with what we got working with. It's not a lot, so I'm excited to see how that comes out. I'm very thrilled, and I'm a board. Am I a member at large?
You are.
I was like, I'm a part of this too. But
we're just linked like that.
yeah,
like,
we do everything together,
Yeah,
and we eat it.
Yes, we do. We eat so hard. But anyways, actually, just like last thing too, like we do like want to help students like get something put on their portfolio, their resume, get that experience. But also just like we hope that once we're gone, as students and making like other dreams happening.
I'm
about to graduate, like we hope like people can like piggy that off and like, just kind of keep it going. So like it, it really just like helps future students who are coming into this field, who are like a little anxious, they don't know what to do. Like, I just really hope that, it stays the way it is. Keeps going.
I just hope it doesn't die.
I hope either, dog. Like,
I'm okay if it even like changes.
If it changed, I might be my guest.
Right, like please fix it. But okay, we do a really good job, but there's always so much room for improvement, and I just really hope when we leave that all that improvement and all that potential doesn't die.
Yeah.
And that's why in the fall we're gonna recruit.
That's a lot. Yeah,
that's like a whole nother topic about what we're doing in the fall. We got plans.
Okay, so can you elaborate a little bit more on those plans? Like, what are you guys expecting? Because you plan to launch the club.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely with EFA, like, we're gonna be basically just like going straight into production, kind of get everyone situated, know more about the club, and kind of just like figuring stuff out with production. And I mean, Sarah will touch a little bit on this, but like with ETV, VMU, and EFA, like we're all basically like going to recruit as much people as possible. And basically, like if you join one club, it doesn't mean you can't join others. Like we've had a lot of people, both in VMU and Keeping It E, like the same people, in both groups. So like
a lot of the same people.
Yeah, it's just I feel like with recruitment, it's like people can like dibble dabble in like different types of production styles. VMU being short, EFA being longer productions, and ETV being just like more television stuff. So yeah.
ETV also like it doesn't only limit us to television. Like I also just want to have like what I mean by hub is just to have something for students to find, and then like I as president or like whoever is like my crew can like compile a list of these people. So if like VMU is like, oh Sarah, I'm short 2 actors, can you send me 2 actors, a list of actors that could potentially be interested. I could easily just have a group of these people who are interested, and just so people can be in the loop of things. And that's kind of what I want ETV to be a part of too, just like the hub of like not the program, but just like somewhere, because it's in Ford Studio B is where it's pretty much located, and I feel like that's like basically the only thing we have remotely close to a hub.
Yeah, and like also with another thing too, other than like recruitment and stuff for every single club, there's fundraising. That's also very important, and we just like want to make enough funds for each club compiled, so like that way if we need something, definitely like we can use our resources, and then just like it'll just like be saved for each club once we're gone.
We hope.
Okay.
Should I talk about what keeping it E is like about? I feel like I
Is that your
haven't
next
done
question,
that.
Jordan?
Ask me that.
Sure, we can elaborate on the clubs individually, or the orgs and the projects that you guys do on. So, elaborate on what television production is and E-Weekly and other ones in that manner.
So they're all out of Ford Studio B. This is our in-studio on our campus that has our really nice, well, it is really nice, but it may not look like it because we're still learning, but equipment that we have access to, and we have TV shows that are out of this. One that I have created, like I've said, is Keeping It E, which is just based on student life and anything revolving around it and our community in Ypsilanti. We've done a lot of cool segments within that, and it's just kind of a glimpse into student life on Eastern and just student life in general, just us being, young adults and just having fun and just...
Yeah, I mean, basically, as I like to put it, it's like Eric Andre meets Jimmy Fallon,
Yeah.
meets MTV,
Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live, even though we're not allowed to mix guests.
We're not allowed to, but it's just like that type of humor. Like I feel like we're trying, at least we're still developing exactly like what we want to do with the show and like which way we want to take it. And that's just always going to be constant within our entire process. I hope it's always going to change, and I hope every episode, our goal is just to get better each episode. The slightest bit, even that if it's just being prepared or if it just looks better, it can be anything. As long as one thing is remotely better than the last, that's all I can ask for as students.
What do episodes typically look like?
We usually in the past have had more than one topic in each episode. Usually, we try to keep it educational or showcasing students mainly. Do you want me to give like a couple examples?
Yes.
All right, so my favorite episode that we've done so far was our talent show and our dating show. Just as a producer, like that was my favorite episode. Maybe not like to watch. Like I really enjoy watching it, but like I can understand if people don't. But I really liked that episode, producing that episode, because it got us out of our comfort zone, and I feel like it got us like excited for future TV, and especially being someone who is taking that leadership role, like thinking of those future ETV television shows is important to me because I'm the president of the org, and so doing that episode just really got me excited for what we could do, because I didn't think that we were going to have that much student involvement also. I mean, it was also hard, but we only had a time frame as well. It was just like a last minute change because we wanted to test those out for future student ran productions. So that was definitely fun. And I liked that one the most. My favorite segment specifically, though, was our history segment that we did. Luke Swanson wrote it and produced a lot of that episode as well. And
Shout out to him.
Wherever he is.
It is about our Ypsilanti water tower. So
I believe you have a sound clip.
I do have a sound clip. Just a little sneak peek into...
Out of dealership, and this massive phallic structure of beauty, otherwise known as the Ypsilanti Water Tower. But what makes this brick dick such a cornerstone of both Ypsilanti and Eastern Michigan University? Well, I'm Henry Perrin, and today's episode of History, I'll be talking about the Ypsilanti Water Tower.
So yeah, that just had like a little sneak peek into like how we like talk about serious things, but also like have our own student spin on things, which is important to us. And the Ypsilanti Water Tower, if you watch the episode, is just like a little folktale. What is it? Urban legend?
Yeah, urban legends.
Yeah. So
if you know, you know.
Right. You just gotta watch it. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but
Yeah.
Definitely that one was really fun to make. Also, even though it was really cold. But yeah, I really liked. That's just probably my favorite segment. But I really loved producing that second episode that we did.
And may I just add though?
Yeah,
Add it. I mean, yeah, like my favorite segment though was like the shit E.
Yeah.
Basically,
Both are Henry Perrin, mind you. Can we give him a shout out really quick?
Give him a shout out. Yes.
That man's amazing.
That man has
us down.
He has just like such
Talent.
a character. He is like my God, what a man.
You wanna talk about Shit E?
Shit E, yeah, but Shit E, man, like that was like such a good idea. I think who came up with that? Was that Franco? Uribe.
I think it was all when we were in a
Or,
group.
like, we were
and
all in a
just
group.
spinning off of
Yeah,
each
dude.
other.
Yeah, we were just like, what topics can we?
I
have?
think it was Henry's idea.
Oh really?
I don't know.
See, man, a legend. But anyways, yeah, shit E was just basically Henry like going over like the bathroom facilities at EMU and just like ranking them like out of 5. Like that was just so good. Also, like shout out to Luke and Max Butler. They like went out of their way to like get the footage. There are also like a bunch of people like Blake Ryerson, Casey Deschler.
Yeah.
They like went out.
Lucas Ryder.
Yeah, Lucas Ryder also went out to get footage. Like it was just really good footage, and then like Luke was on TD for that. Like Mans was a magician for that. So like, it was just such a good like smooth segment. Like, and I just could not stop laughing.
That was also a really experimental
Yes, it was.
segment for us because we each episode we've tried to like dabble in like little new things that we haven't done,
Yeah.
especially like outside of like TV lab and what we've learned in classes. Like we've been learning like a lot of what we can do in the studio, and that episode was just really cool to experiment and like have out of studio and in studio going at the same time. Like
Yeah.
that was really cool, and like us pulling it off and it making sense. And it took a lot of practicing from Luke and Henry, and you can tell by watching it that they definitely had to rehearse it. So definitely give it a watch because it is worth it and it's funny. Henry is just so good in front of the camera, and our whole behind the studio, like behind the scenes, just like adds to it so much
Yes.
more. Like it's just beautiful. So much more like up that we can go. You
Yeah,
know?
man.
Okay. Well, thank you for elaborating on the digital media aspect on this campus. Is there anything you guys like to add, a little advice, or any tips or quotes you want to throw on?
Catch us at Eagle Fest, guys. Eagle Fest.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on some things that you could possibly be on the eye out.
Okay.
We want to host a movie night.
Right.
Hopefully it can be outside. Just keep an eye out for a movie night fundraising opportunity. We want to help bring the community together a little bit and bring a little fun into things. So definitely reach out to us as well anytime if you just want to get into the program at all or just want to know more information about it or like where to go. Ford Studio B, there's TA hours posted outside of there, and you can go in there and talk to a TA. I'm a technical assistant / teacher assistant. I am also one of them, so feel free to come in throughout my hours, and I will give you any information that you'd like to know, and or if you just want to mess around and just see if you even like any of it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, once again, and make sure you guys keep an eye out for all the. Go ahead.
Follow our Instagram at Keeping It E, and
We'll go ahead and list the.
we have a YouTube channel called ETV2 that our episodes will be airing on. So that's what.
Yeah.
So we have Keeping It E at our Instagram is Keeping It E. We also have ETV. Our YouTube channel for that is ETV 2.0. You just look up that handle, and then that's all I have. Oh wait, there's also eWeekly, which you can also see on the ETV 2.0 channel. That is our student news.
Okay.
EFA's TBD, bro. But you will catch us on YouTube, probably of that name, and possibly the same with the Instagram. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming on and talking about the digital media aspect. And thank you.